Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be my April empties and my low buy update. So let's get into it. It has been a fairly successful month. I'd like to start with my one and only perfume empty. It's a little guy. I managed to finish off this sample of Tocca Stella. This was in my Grey's Anatomy project pan, and when that project ended and I still had a little bit, I rolled it into Turn and Burn and I finished it off the other day. It's a very nice scent. I like it very much. It's just not my scent. You know what I mean? Like, it's not me, but it's a lovely scent. I highly recommend you try it out if you like sweet floral scents. But I like more sandalwood, vanilla, coconut. Those are my jam. So I'm glad I had a chance to try this out. I have no interest in buying the full size, and one more perfume, even a small one, is out of the stash. For skincare, I have two products specifically designed for the hand. One is this True Blue Mini Paraffin Super Softening Hand Lotion from Bath & Body Works. This is a deluxe sample, I believe, and a girlfriend passed this down to me. I don't know if she didn't like it or if she had a reaction to it or if she just had too many hand lotions and wanted to dwindle down her stash, but she passed it on to me and I thought it was okay. It did make my hands feel very soft, but when I really needed something to treat them from severe dryness, this wasn't enough. So I would not consider rebuying this either. If I'm going to the trouble of using a hand lotion, I need treatment, and this just made my hands feel soft but didn't really treat them. I also finished off this sample from Ahava. This actually came from Ulta, and although I've heard of the brand Ahava for many years, I don't know if I've ever tried any of their products. This was the Dead Sea Water Mineral Hand Cream, and then underneath that it says Sea Kissed. I don't know if that's the scent. I think that's the scent, Sea Kissed. This smelled lovely. I actually thought this was a really nice hand cream. I put it on my wish list at Ulta, and I will keep this in mind if I ever need to buy a hand cream down the road. I currently have backups of hand cream, so I'm not in the market now, but I thought this was a good product. I'm glad I had a chance to try it out. Okay, I have a bunch of full-size empties for body care, and I couldn't be happier about it. First of all, I finished this body lotion. This was the Organic Honey Farm Pralines and Honey. I think this is like a dollar store lotion. Somebody gifted it to me. It smelled very nice, but it was a very thin formula, and I do not like thin, watery body lotions. It's kind of pointless. From the same brand and the same set, I also got a body scrub. I was also not very impressed with this body scrub. The exfoliator in this product felt like the finest grit of sandpaper. Like, it did nothing, and the gel that it was based in was almost drying to my skin. So yeah, glad it's gone. Really glad it's gone. And finally, the last item for body care is this body powder. I cannot believe I have finished off 2 body powders in the last 2 months. I am ecstatic about it. This is a category I want to completely eliminate from my inventory. I do not need body powders. I have had them for years. I can't believe I finished off another one. I'm currently working on an almost brand new body powder, so it's gonna be a while before I have another empty in that category, but I'm so glad to be down 2. All right, let's move on to products that I use for my face. I finished off this Lancome Night Peel. This was a product that I had received from Influencer 2 years ago for review purposes, and I thought it was good. I have since tried night peels that I prefer to this. This is just a little bit complicated for my lifestyle. I want something that if I can remember to use it once or twice a week, then it's effective. And I've found products that work like that. This one had 2 phases. You had to do phase 1 for 15 days, and you had to do phase 2 for 15 days. And it just seemed a little too complicated for what I need in my lifestyle for today. That being said, I thought it was good. I'm really glad I had a chance to try it. It cost like $75, so it's awesome that I was, So it's awesome that I was able to receive this for review purposes, but I don't think I'm gonna be rebuying it, at least not right now. My favorite peel at the moment is from Dr. Dennis Gross. So I don't think I'll be buying it at this Sephora VIB sale, but maybe the next one I'll pick that up because I do have another peel at home right now. The rest of my face empties are samples that were all in Turn and Burn. I have this eye gel from Lancome. I thought it was good. I have this hyaluronic acid day cream from Derma E. Thought it was good. And the Clinique moisturizer. Thought it was good. Okay, let's move on to makeup. We're going through this kind of quickly. Couple of samples that I finished off over the past month. Couple of samples that I finished off over the last month are both foundation samples. Seems easy enough, but they both lasted way longer than you would expect. This is the Cover FX sample, the Natural Finish Foundation. I absolutely loved this, and I now have this on my wish list at Ulta. And the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I own a full size of this. I also own a full size of the illuminating version. I'm a fan of this product. I already knew that before I tried the sample, but I just wanted to move the sample on out. So I'm really happy that this is gone, but I already know I love this product. Okay, full-size makeup empties. There's some good ones in here. First of all, I finished an Ancient Max Factor lip balm. This is one of those two-part sets. CoverGirl does it, and we used to have Max Factor in America, and they did it too. You had the lip color that was a matte formula lipstick that basically was like painting paint onto your lips, and it would last all day. And then you would apply this on top of that to give it a glossy finish that stayed put all day long. The lip color was decluttered last year sometime, or maybe even the year before, because it had gone bad, but the balm was still good. So I moved it over to my lip balm category, and I used it up as a lip balm. It actually did not take long at all to finish off. I thought it was a pretty decent lip balm. I needed to reapply this quite often, but it did a good job as a lip balm, and I thought it was good, and it's all gone. There's still some product in there. I'm not gonna dig it out. I've probably had this for 10 years. I'm just glad it's gone. I finished off my Too Faced Festival Refresh Setting Spray. I went from not liking this at all to having a really good long stretch of absolutely loving it to getting down to the very bottom and hating it again. How ironic. Basically, there was pigment in there that was like iridescent. And for the majority of the life of this product, it didn't get in my way. It was no problem. But at the very beginning and the very end, when the bottle was at its fullest and at its emptiest, the pigments sputtered out all over my face, and I had to double check my skin after spraying this to make sure I didn't have iridescent freckles all over my face. So what I did love about this was that it was a good setting spray, but most of all, it smelled amazing. And I actually would consider buying it again if I could, just for the scent. It was beautiful. I finished off my liquid illuminator from Prescriptives. This has been in a couple of projects. Maybe it was just in one project. I think this was in my Grey's Anatomy project pan. This is another ancient product that I've had in my stash forever. And so it feels almost surreal to have it leave my stash because it's always been there. I used to shop at Marshall Fields back when Macy's was Marshall Fields with my girlfriend, and we would hit up Prescriptives and MAC and Clinique, and I was a mall rat. It was a lot of fun. So anyways, I got this back when Prescriptives was inside of Marshall's. Prescriptives is no longer inside of Marshall's, and Marshall's is now Macy's. Not Marshall's, the discount store, but Marshall Fields. Anyways, it's gone. I've also discovered from trying to pan liquid illuminators that I don't really think liquid illuminators is a category that I necessarily need in my life. I might be able to eliminate it altogether or just be satisfied with having only one of, and that's enough. I would much prefer a cream highlight such as like a ColourPop Super Shock Shadow, or just a powder highlight like Becca Opal or something like that. I don't really need a liquid illuminator. But I have a ton of them, and I'm glad I'm down one after this is gone. And finally, I finished off another kind of brightening concealer product. This is the Tarina Tarantino Eye Dream Hyper Light Under Eye Brightener. Yes, under eye brightener. After I finished my Maybelline Age Rewind in Brightening, which is a very similar product to this one, I pulled this back out and started working on this again. This was in a project. I think it was in a round of the Roulette Pan collab, and I didn't finish it in the 4 months that I worked on it. I couldn't tell how far along I was in this product because of the packaging, and so I just put it aside and started working on something else. Turns out when I picked it up again, it was almost gone. I had like 3 uses left and it was gone. So that was kind of funny. So I'm glad I pulled it back out. I'm glad I finished it off. This is such a luxe packaging. It almost seems like a shame that I can't like pop this out and refill it or something. Like, what a shame. Look at this packaging. It is so fancy. And now that the product's gone, it's just garbage. I don't know. Sometimes I don't get like the fancy packaging thing. Like, what a waste. But I'm down another concealer out of my inventory, so I'm happy about that. All right, those are my empties for the month of April. Let me count them up really quickly. Okay, that makes 16 empties total, including the little sample packets for the month of April. Not too shabby. I'm always aiming for 20, but I'm happy with that. I feel like there's a few things in my bathroom right now that are on their last leg, but I feel that way every month, so they'll just have to wait for my May empties. Let's talk about my low buy update. Out of all of those 16 empties, I am counting 8 towards my low buy bank. Let's go through them really quickly. The Too Faced Festival Refresh Spray, the body scrub, the body lotion, the body powder, the night peel from Lancome, the liquid illuminator from Prescriptives, the brightener from Tarina Tarantino, and the Max Factor lip balm. I'm counting those all as full-size product empties. Really happy to have these 8 leave my stash. Some of them have been around forever. So at last month's update, I had 4 credits left in my low buy bank because I had bought that Friendcation palette from Dose of Colors. So if you add the 8 new empties, I have 12 credits in my bank account. It's not much. It's not much. Did anything come in? That's the question. And the answer is yes, it did, but it wasn't something I bought. And I'm going to explain the situation. So my husband has a friend that he's been friends with since high school, and his friend has a wife and a couple kids, and we see each other every few months. They're really great people, and this is the first time we've seen them since the holidays. They actually showed up with presents for not only my kids, but for my husband and I, which is so sweet, like so thoughtful. My husband and I never think of doing stuff like that because it's like April, so who's thinking about Christmas presents? But they actually showed up with Christmas presents for us. I thought it was unbelievably sweet. It was above and beyond. They did not have to do that. But I received this set from Victoria's Secret. This is the Tease Rebel Tease from Victoria's Secret. It is a fragrance lotion and a fragrance mist. Now, old Paula, prior to 2019 Paula, would have thought nothing about taking these out, adding them to the stash, and eventually getting around to using them up. Even though I have years worth of body lotion and decades worth of perfume, I just would have added it to the mix and thought I was gifted it. You know, it's a nice scent. There's nothing wrong with it. It's what I do. However, the second I opened this gift, my very first thought was, is this worth 4 points out of my low buy bank? Because each new product coming in is worth 2 points. So 2, 4. You really should say that 5 times fast. Is this worth 4 points from my low buy bank? I decided it wasn't. I didn't want to blow 4 points from my bank from this gift, even though it's a lovely gift and I'm sure I would enjoy the product. I have tons of lotions. I have a bajillion perfumes. No, I do not want to count this towards my low buy bank. So I told my mother-in-law that this is hers for the taking if she would like it. And if she doesn't like it for whatever reason, she can pass it on down the line until somebody would like it. And I feel really good about this decision. I wish I could keep it. I wish I didn't hoard things. I wish I was I wish I didn't have this weird attachment to products, but I'm not attached to this yet because it's new and it just came in and it was gifted to me. So I'd rather move this on down the line to somebody who will use it up in a reasonable time frame rather than it sitting in my stash until I get around to using it. It's a decision I'm making. So I'm passing this on to my mother-in-law, and hopefully she will enjoy it. If she doesn't, she could pass it on to the next family member until it sticks. I'm growing. I'm growing in ways that I cannot describe. It's amazing. The bigger picture is that there's another eyeshadow palette that I really want. And so I need to save up my points for that eyeshadow palette. Do I need an eyeshadow palette? No, absolutely not. I do not, but I want it. And I'm hoping that I will have the points for it by the next Sephora VIB sale, and that it will still be around by the next Sephora VIB sale because it is a limited edition product. I am talking about the Natasha Denona Gold Palette. I cannot get it out of my head. I don't know why. So we will see where that goes. Hopefully it will be mine down the road. But for now, I don't have the points to buy it for this Sephora VIB sale. There's no way I would buy it without a 20% off coupon. So it is a limited edition product. Hopefully it'll still be around in November when the next VIB sale comes along. And hopefully I will have the points in the bank to buy it. That's it for this update, guys. How are you guys doing on your low buys and no buys? I know it's been getting harder and harder for all of us, but I'm really happy that this plan is working for me. You know, I spent a ton of time developing this plan, and I thought about it and I tried to see all the loopholes in it, and I can't believe that we're already 4 months into the year and this plan is still working. Oh my goodness. The numbers are going down. That's the point. The point is to get the numbers down, and it's working. It's good. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.